Yo, what's going on, guys? So today's video is going to be a bit of a different one compared to my last Black Ops 6 videos, which also, by the way, thank you so much for all the love and support on them. It's insane to see. Thank you guys so much for all the likes and all the new subscribers. This is going to be the place for all Black Ops 6 sniping content, all that stuff coming in for this next year, man. I'm super excited. We got a lot of cool things planned, so just wanted to say thank you for that really quick. I really appreciate it. Now, in this video, we're mainly going to be talking about the sniping. If you guys are new, that's what this channel is about. That's what I'm all about. I love sniping on Call of Duty, and I just wanted to talk about the positives and negatives of sniping specifically, because I pretty much agree with everything that a lot of creators are saying about all the other aspects of the game. Skill-based matchmaking, tac sprint, the spawns need a little bit of work. The packet burst is godforsakenly terrible. I got my ass kicked by packet burst the entire 2 weekends. Obviously, those things need to change, and I'm on board with them. All the other main complaints and constructive criticism that the exclusive aces, the J-Gods, the espressos, all of them have been saying, they do a great job at breaking down that stuff. But I just wanted to focus on the sniping, and we're going to get into it. And keep in mind, while I go over all the constructive criticism and all the notes that I have for the sniping regarding all the negative stuff, I want you guys to know that I love the sniping in this game. It's hard, and there's a lot of things wrong with it. I feel a little bit weird about it, but don't get me wrong, it's actually fun. The Omni movement, in my opinion, is incredible. Not only does it just feel good for the game, it's a good new addition to Call of Duty, making you more free, making you more fluid, but for snipers, if we want to zoom in on those, it makes sniping brand new. We've never seen this type of movement for in a Call of Duty. It almost gives me the feeling of when we saw jetpacks for the first time in Advanced Warfare. I wasn't really a fan of jetpacks, but it was something brand new that we've never seen in the COD franchise before, and that made it a little bit exciting. This year, we've never seen Omni movement before, and I actually like it this time. So not only is it something brand new, but it feels great, it feels fluid, and it makes for some sick-ass clips, a lot of pizzazz, if you would say. Basically just trick shots, sniping clips look really cool with the new movement. It started out by far the weirdest thing about Black Ops 6 when I started playing for the first time. I was not used to being able to sprint left, sprint right, sprint back. It felt so weird, but only at the start, because by the end of the beta, that was literally what was keeping me hooked on Black Ops 6. The Omni movement animations are actually sick, like dolphin diving left, dolphin diving right, jumping off something, spinning, like that all feels supernatural. The weapon handling feels nice when you're aimed in and you're kind of leaning on your side. The reticle kind of turns and it goes into an X because you're looking at the scope sideways. Like, oh, it's beautiful. I think the hit marker sounds are incredible. They feel good. Sniping feels good to get a kill, hitting a quad feed, and something that I did know, because I didn't really hit something insane intergalactic like an 8 or a 9-man, there's actually like a sound that raises higher and higher and higher as you get a kill, kind of similar to Valorant, and it sounds sick. It's super satisfying to get a kill with the snipers in this game. The hit marker sound is great. If only the collats felt a little bit louder. For example, Cold War had the best hit marker sound effect. You could just hear every single individual hit marker. I think that would be another great addition for the sniping in this game to make them even more satisfying when you hit collats. The headshot sound is also immaculate. I'm one of the ones where it's kind of an unpopular opinion. I wasn't too much of a fan of Black Ops 4's headshot sound. I'm usually more of a fan of like that high-pitched World War II World at War headshot sound, but I love the headshot sound in Black Ops 6. It actually sounds sick. I know some people were saying the collaterals were actually inconsistent. I can only give you guys my experience, and to me, I did not have that many problems hitting collats. I had like maybe 20 or 30 while using rapid fire. I heard that was kind of a little bit of a topic. If you used rapid fire, it would reduce the amount of collats you get. It might be true. I just don't know if it really happened to me. I'd love to see some extended testing and see some exclusive ace, like really breaking it down and seeing if they're actually broken, because if they are, obviously needs to be fixed. Hopefully there's not that many downsides to attachments, including rapid fire. Like if you put rapid fire on, it makes the collats worse. I hope it's not like that. But just wanted to let you guys know before we go into the negatives that I really do enjoy the sniping on this game, and I think there is a ton of potential. But as using like a little bit of a segue going into the negatives, it just seemed like every card was stacked against us for sniping in Black Ops 6, and we'll get into it. One of the first negatives that I wanted to talk about the snipers that I feel like is very, very important and should be the #1 thing is that they're uncentered. In every Call of Duty, when you would just naturally aim in with a sniper, the center of your crosshair would always be directly where you were aiming, right in the center. When you take a look at this tweet by Dylan, or Elite96, I probably butchered that name, he did a perfect crosshair comparison from Cold War, Modern Warfare 3, and BO6 with a simple grid overlay to show the true center of the screen, and you can really notice how much everything is kind of wobbly on Black Ops 6. The reticle itself, when you kill somebody, even kind of moves all over the place. I'm not sure if this was intentional, but it just seems like it makes everything super wobbly. Modern Warfare 3 actually made a perfect post about this about a few months into Modern Warfare 3's life cycle, where they adjusted the center of the crosshair, and it was perfect. If we could see this fix kind of ported over into Black Ops 6, I think this would solve a lot of the problems and a lot of the criticism regarding how wobbly and clunky the snipers are, and that kind of ties in to the centering. Sledgehammer also integrated something beautiful for snipers in Modern Warfare 3 around a few months into its life cycle regarding the tac sprint animation while you're bolting. Before, in the start of Modern Warfare 3, when you would shoot a sniper and then tac sprint forward while bolting your gun back, your gun would still go in that base tac sprint animation where it would go up. Basically what they did is after you would shoot a sniper and you would bolt it back while tac sprinting forward, your gun wouldn't go in that natural position where you would tac sprint, your gun would go up in the air by the shoulder. It would just stay horizontal while you tac sprinted forward, and it looked so clean. I think that would help out tremendously in how clean sniping looks for Black Ops 6 if people still want to use tac sprint in between their shots. It's almost like there's too many animations, because you obviously have the regular walk animation when you're not sprinting, you have the regular sprint animation when you're going forward, and now with Omni movement, you have a whole new set of animations sprinting right and left. But some of the base animations when you're just running and sprinting, and then the tac sprint animation, it just seems like a little too janky. The snipers just bob all over the place, especially for all the people that use automatic tac sprint, and that was another negative thing in the beta. Everybody that used auto tac sprint, you could tell, because, and something, this is a simple bug that's most likely going to be fixed, like the glitching of the tac sprint when you're using the LR, like it was just glitching all over the place. It looked so bad, but that kind of ties into the animations. I think they'll make that obviously smoother for the full game. I just feel like tac sprint doesn't really have a place in this game, especially because they just buffed the base movement speed when you were sprinting. I think it could honestly fix a lot of the problems when it comes to the animations, but they did just kind of remake a bunch of animations for tac sprint, so I'm not sure if we're going to see tac sprint being removed from the full game, but they could go the route that Modern Warfare 3 went, where they just add a perk, which was the all-terrain boots in Modern Warfare 3, where it just completely gets rid of tac sprint, and you can just run normally and maybe have a little bit of an increased speed in your regular sprint. And also on the point of animations, there's a couple times where it just seemed like the scope and the gun would be wobbling way too much. For example, take a look at this clip. It's when I go from laying down to kind of crouching to standing up and then aiming in. I mean, my scope goes like all over the place. I understand there's got to be some penalties from when you're doing movement while trying to aim in with a sniper, but I just think it would benefit a lot if the sway and the jankiness was just reduced a little bit. But I definitely think the animations, the wobbliness, the jankiness, combined with the fact that the scopes are uncentered and the snipers are uncentered, those are the two important things that I really hope to be addressed. Maybe for the full game, they can kind of make everything a little bit tighter. They can give us almost like fast hands by default. I know that sounds a little bit funny, but you get what I mean. Like the fact that the snipers feel kind of more close to the chest. Some sort of animation adjustment I think would be perfect for the snipers come the full game. Next thing, the no-scope penalty. That's not a setting. That's not you doing anything wrong. It's awful. It is actually the worst no-scope delay that we've ever seen in a Call of Duty ever. Again, when you're omni-movementing, dolphin diving, and pressing no-scope, it works perfectly fine. But for some reason, when you're just regularly sprinting, see an enemy pop up in front of you and you want to get a quick no-scope, there's times where I press the trigger, take a little bit of a move right, the gun doesn't shoot until I'm a second later and the guy's already past me. It's just super janky. I wish it was as smooth as the omni-movement diving, where you're able to just press the trigger and it shoots anywhere. And that's not only when you're no-scoping. There are some times when you try to ADS and shoot and your gun just completely locks. It gets you killed 100% of the time. So come the full game of Black Ops 6, I'm really hoping that the no-scope delay and the shooting penalty is just completely removed. It honestly doesn't really match the speed of the game, since the speed of the game is really fast-paced. The maps are a little bit small to medium. If you're going to get that bolt lock, you're dead 100% of the time. And that kind of ties into what I was saying next in terms of all the cards being stacked against us. It really did feel like that this year for the Black Ops 6 beta, at least. The maps were super small and kind of medium size. The movement is crazy. You got people flying all over the place. Then you have a sniper that's uncentered and not a lot of ADS attachments, and that was going to be my next point. There's like 2 attachments that are on the snipers right now that increase ADS speed. The first ADS attachment is obviously the quick draw grip. There's another, I think it's called the ergonomic grip, that gives you a little bit more ADS, but it's not as much as the quick draw. Other than the quick draw grip, the only other ADS attachment that you can put on the sniper is a 4-round magazine. And unless you're going to use a swap class, you just don't want to use a sniper rifle with 4 bullets. Even though it does increase ADS speed, I think it's just not really going to be used that often. And this kind of tripped me out when I looked into this, because I thought there were way more ADS attachments on the snipers in Cold War, but there's really not that many on that game either. It's kind of all relying on the base ADS speed of the sniper. So I'm hoping for a little bit more attachments on the ADS side, because that definitely played a part in how much the snipers were just completely outclassed in the Black Ops 6 beta. When it comes to sniping nowadays, it almost feels like we need to earn our fun, because the default snipers are just super slow, man. And that's a topic that we've been talking about for the past few years. You'd want the sniper to be good default, and that makes you want to grind and unlock all the attachments. It just feels like nowadays the snipers just start out really mid and awkward and slow, and you have to grind to make them fun. It's kind of backwards. Something a little bit minor, but I definitely wanted to mention it in this video because I think it would be cool, is the headshot animation in the kill feed. I guess it's kind of cool to see what gun headshotted you, but from a visual standpoint, I think it just looks so much better just with a regular headshot logo and not the gun and the headshot. So I'd like for that to go back to normal. And also the kill feed in general, it's 10 seconds, but again, that like changes every single time from the beta to the full game. If anybody from Treyarch is watching this, all you need to do is copy Cold War's kill feed. That's it. Cold War had a perfect kill feed. It was 5 seconds. It went up to 7. It was just perfect. So if we could go back to the Cold War kill feed, that'd be absolutely perfect. I also wonder if the kill feed is going to be included in all the HUD changes. I don't think I've seen any word on that or any tweets or anything, so I hope that comes out in the full game. That'd be pretty interesting if you're able to customize the kill feed. Definitely another negative that I wanted to talk about, and this may be an opinionated thing as well, but it's the Dragunov. Listen, I've said it on my streams many times. I've tweeted it. I've said it all over. Out of all of the beautiful semi-automatic sniper rifles that Treyarch has brought us over the years, why do we have to have the Dragunov? It's honestly, to me, a sniper that's not even worth using, and that sucks to say because there's so many good semi-automatic snipers. The PSG from Black Ops 1, iconic semi-automatic sniper. The XPR from Black Ops 2. The PTRS. I just feel like there are so many good semi-auto snipers out there that are unique that have may never even been in the Call of Duty franchise before. But what does Treyarch do? They go with the old reliable Dragunov. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, and again, this might be opinionated, but has the Dragunov ever been a sniper that has been popular? Ever? Like, they have all the statistics. They're very vocal about how much they study the numbers, and they study the notes, and how many people use this gun, and how many people don't use this gun. There's no possible way in Johnny Balls that the Dragunov has ever been a popular weapon in any other Call of Duty. Every COD it's been in my opinion, it's been the worst sniper to use ever. So it kind of sucks. Obviously, there's nothing we can do about that. Maybe there's going to be attachments that make it smoother, but I just cannot stand the clunkiness of the Dragunov. Like, the clunkiness of the snipers is one thing, but the fact that it's on top of the Dragunov, like, yeah, it one-shots, but you cannot make that sniper look good. You just can't. It may be fun to use if you kind of sit back and hard scope a little bit, but the recoil, the flinch, the awkwardness, how it sways side by side, it's just a Dragunov. So if there's 4 snipers at launch, there's pretty much 3. And if there's 3 snipers at launch, there's pretty much 2, because I'm sorry, but the Dragunov's dead to me. Who knows? Maybe somebody finds a good class setup and it actually becomes somewhat good in the full game. You can clip this and save it for later if that happens. The sniping in the Black Ops 6 beta was hard, man. It was probably one of the hardest CODs I've ever experienced when it comes to sniping. The only comparison that I can really make, I guess, from the sniping is that it almost did feel like Black Ops 1. And it wasn't as crazy. If you guys remember, in Black Ops 1, they literally nerfed quickscoping into the ground. It was 2010, right after MW2, and everybody knows how crazy quickscoping went in MW2. And we all know how that panned out. If you guys are an OG or if you've been around in the Call of Duty community for a while, the outrage from Treyarch completely nerfing quickscoping and getting rid of quickscoping was crazy. There were people sending threats. There was absolute chaos in the streets of the Call of Duty community because they removed quickscoping and then they eventually added it back. So I'm all for sniping being difficult in Call of Duty. I think that's great. It adds a skill gap, but there comes a point where you just go past that line and it's just not good and not fun. I hope we can strike that perfect balance in Black Ops 6 where they're difficult, but they're not unfun to use. Like, imagine how a casual feels if they pick up a default sniper with no attachments. Like, they're just gonna pick it up and it's just gonna be like, what is this? Slow ADS time, you can't even aim in, the flinch is through the moon. I hope the base snipers just receive a little bit more love. That way the attachments fine-tune them and just perfect them. We don't even get rapid fire until level 42 anyway, so they're gonna make us work for the tough attachments and earn the best sniper rifle class setups, but I'd hope to see the default snipers be pretty good anyway. I do really think that Black Ops 6 feels like a Treyarch game. It feels like a Black Ops game. I don't think we're ever gonna get that arcadey style. I think Cold War might actually be the last Call of Duty that's kind of arcadey and feels that way, because obviously Black Ops 6 feels like that Modern Warfare-esque thing, and you could either like that or you could either dislike that. I personally don't mind. I think it feels good sniping regardless of if it feels like Cold War or if it feels like Modern Warfare. It definitely does fit on that newer Modern Warfare engine, but the sniping is still satisfying. It still feels good and rewarding, especially because of how hard it is. All this constructive criticism and all these complaints coming from the Call of Duty sniping community are fixable. That's why I'm so excited about it. I have faith in Treyarch. I guess that's just up to you if you have faith in them, if they're gonna fix it, but I think they want this year for multiplayer to be a banger and have every single community eat. So overall, checking Twitter and all social medias, it seemed like people enjoyed the sniping on Black Ops 6. A lot of viral clips went crazy. When's the last time you've seen this many viral clips on a beta? I feel like there were more viral clips on this Black Ops 6 beta in just this 2-week span than like the past 2 years from Warzone and multiplayer combined. I really think Treyarch has a golden game on their hands, because that's how Call of Duty gets blasted into the mainstream again and really be talked about again. It's because of all these viral clips and all the fun things the game allows you to do. It's sick to see the amount of viral stuff over the past couple weeks. The potential is there, and I'm super excited come October 25th. We got 46 days, 45 days. Who's counting? I definitely am, because I don't know what I'm about to do for the next 45 days. But let me know down in the comment section below if I missed anything. What did you guys think of the Black Ops 6 beta? What did you think of the sniping in the beta? Would love to hear your guys' thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Drop a like if you did, and if you made it this far into the video, and have a good day. Deuces.
How in the fuck are you about to say? The way that we do it, it's not the way. No, don't you sweat it, you not in the way.